Nido, a front seat experience at Mother Nature. With its powdery and unspoiled beaches, dramatic limestone formations, and one of the most diverse ecosystems in the Philippines. These are just a couple of the 100 reasons why every tourist falls in love with this municipality. A circumstance that businesses like El Nido Resorts use to give job opportunities for the people of El Nido. Last year, we featured the efforts of El Nido Resorts to involve the community as part of the business's stakeholders.
We in El Nido Resorts, we believe that to operate in one of the best places in the world is really a huge responsibility. For us to sustain our business, we have to ensure that the quality of the natural environment is assured.
As the number of tourists visiting El Nido grows, this year, El Nido Resorts created the town's first integrated resort community, the Leo Tourism Estate.
Leo Tourism Estate is not just about resorts, it's a mixed-use development, which means that it will include many different interests. We will have retail features. We're developing a township. That means there will be a community with all the attendant features of a community.
But more people means more demands can come at the cost of El Nido's healthy ecosystem, a problem that the resort takes seriously.
We spent a lot of time surveying, making sure that we know basically every nook and cranny of the whole area. We know where the trees are located. If you look at it as a blank canvas, it's a huge canvas. So if you're not careful, you might not make the best use out of what your canvas can offer, so to speak. So from the very beginning, you have to have a very clear view of what it is that you want to achieve.
We have always been at El Nido Resorts recognized for protecting nature and protecting the environment. It would be foolish for us not to do that when we develop an entire estate. No? So that's what we were known for from day one, and that's what we will continue to be known for here in Leo.
Every establishment and design is guided by the resort's principle of sustainability, developing the 325 hectares property with the least impact to its natural resources. Like this bridge, which carefully crosses the wild, the airport, and also no trees were cut in putting up all these infrastructure. Instead, they are located and properly taken care of in the resort's nursery. And if the trees are ready and can grow on their own, they are used as part of the landscape.
Dito po sa El Nido kasi bawal po tayong pumutol ng basta-basta ng puno. Yung area na tatamaan, bubulautin natin yung mga puno na para mailipat sa lugar na kung saan hindi na magagalaw.
People come here, come to El Nido because of its natural beauty. And now that Ayala Land is here, it continues the tradition of respect for the environment and harmony with the local people.
There's a tendency of the snake going up to your arm.
It's not just snake handling, we call it our wildlife management training because this is an area of very high biodiversity. Having a snake handling training is a response to the need for our staff and our guests to be able to identify.
A well-planned development not just to satisfy visitors, but also to preserve El Nido's best asset, its ecosystem. And the best way of preserving the wonders of nature while boosting tourism is including the locals. Another beneficiary of the resort, which they can have a sustainable source of income from.
Mas maganda kasi ngayon kasi malaking kumpanya siya tapos matatag yung trabaho mo. Hanggat na kaya ka pa magtrabaho, nandito ka pa nakakatrabaho.
Nowadays, what people are looking for when they take their vacation or when they travel, they're looking for authentic experiences. When you visit a place and you see that community members are involved, you know, it gives you a sense of being right at home.
That's why the resort never stops involving and creating job opportunities for the communities that surround them.
El Nido Resorts helps us in, particularly for this EcoBiz Challenge. So they help us promote the EcoBiz Challenge in the community, help us to get entry forms for this EcoBiz Challenge. They're also there to provide advice and support about how the activity is run on the ground. They liaise and communicate with the communities for us. They help encourage more people.
When you want to talk about tourism, you have to make sure that you're approaching the activity very cautiously and with responsibility and care. But it also makes business sense for you to ensure that you could recover your investments over already an assumed long period of time, or a period of time that's longer than other businesses. So how do you establish that kind of sustainability? You have to have partners. You can't do it on your own. You know, the very core of tourism is about human beings interacting with one another. What you want to see is inclusive business. You want to see a lot of people benefit from what you're doing. And people are happier, people around you are happy that you are there. And that can only happen if there is a deliberate design to include as many stakeholders in the community as possible.
Ito po deliver din namin sa resort. Araw-araw naga-deliver kami ng resort para po sa mga guests.
Meet Neria Bacones, or Nanay Neria to her colleagues and family. 56 years old and a native of El Nido.
Dito talaga po ako pinanganak, 1961 po. Tapos po, ang bahay namin po doon banda sa may bundok. Ang buhay namin noon ay pagkakaingin lang po para magtanim ng palay.
According to Nanay Neria, life in El Nido before was difficult, and the communities relied on natural resources. She can't ever imagine how popular El Nido is today. Now, locals still rely on its natural resources, but they are making the most of it.
Yan lang din ang pinupunta ng mga turista yung mapanatili mong green yung paligid mo. Kasi dito sa El Nido, sa dami ko nang nalibot-libot talaga, dito ka lang makakikita ng ganitong marami pang puno na malalaki. Sa iba, wala na.
From 10,000 visitors in 1994 to almost 100,000 in 2014. Making El Nido one of the best beaches in the world, according to Condé Nast Traveler magazine this year. More tourists, more job opportunities for the locals of El Nido, spearheaded by El Nido Resorts.
You don't want to be exclusive about your business growth. Like I said, you don't want to stick out in a negative way. So what you want to see is inclusive business. You want to see a lot of people benefit from what you're doing. And people are happier, people around you are happy that you are there. And that can only happen if there is a deliberate design to include as many stakeholders in the community as possible. Everyone has to have an access to that development pie that you offer as a locator in the area.
For example, Nanay Neria used to sell her rice cakes along the streets. But since El Nido Resorts came, her delicacies are now exclusively for the guests in the waiting area.
Bago po sila pupunta ng resort, mag-snack muna po sila.
She also earns extra as an entertainer for the guests.
Parang mas napaganda at napabuti yung, kumbaga, mas lumaki yung kita.
Nanay Neria has put her income to good use, using her money to support her family and having a water refilling business of her own. Not just communities near El Nido Resorts and Leo Tourism Estate benefit from the resort's sustainable livelihood. Far-flung areas of El Nido are also reached out to. Just like the basketball court built for the youth of Barangay Pasadena, as well as Barangay Sibaltan. The resort gave assistance for the training of the women of Barangay Sibaltan to improve their knowledge in weaving.
Nung dumating po yung El Nido Resort, regular na po kaming may market po. naluluwas na namin po yung aming produkto na kung saan mayroon na silang order na permanent sa amin, na kung saan yun ang income ng aming mga kababaihan.
And it's not just the financial status of families that have changed in civil time. They have learned to dream again.
Dati ma'am, yung buhay namin parang walang pangarap. Okay lang na makapag-aral ng elementary, tapos na yun, wala na. Ngayon po, malaki na pong pangarap ng mga magulang kasi mayroon na po silang income, malaking income, na kung saan nakakatulong na po para magplano, mapaaral ang mga bata, mga anak namin. Ito po yung bago namin pinapagawang bahay para po sa aking pamilya to. Malaking pagbabago man sa kabuhayan namin kasi unang-una, nakakatulong na po ako sa asawa ko. Kahit sa bahay lang po, nagagawa namin yung bag, nakakadagdag income po.
When we come into a development, we want to be part of that community. We don't want to come in with our rules, our regulations. We want to blend in with the community. It's very important for us to be partnering with the community. We have about 80 to 90% of all of our employees actually are native to Palawan.
El Nido is now more than just scenic places and breathtaking views. It also means opportunity for the business to help communities by creating sustainable jobs. Business helping people and people helping business. El Nido Resorts is one of the best examples of that.
This event was organized by Marco Polo, and the idea behind it basically is to get updates from the Department of Tourism to find out how the industry is doing at the moment, where we are headed, and most importantly, to determine what kind of joint undertakings the private sector and the government can look into.
We wanted to pledge our support to really show them that we're fully behind them and that we obviously would like to work together as a group to really let people know that we're here and to better our market share in the end, you know.
We are the only international brand in the Philippines that basically has hotels in every 3 major cities. This is really for us to collaborate with the Department of Tourism because it's very important for the sustainability of the region.